AMHERST, NH. Democrat Dean Phillips accuses President Biden of being a threat to democracy. As long-term primary competitor is 2024 with Donald Trump. Foreseeing a showdown increases attacks that infuriate some Biden allies. Choose your plan. ArrowRight Biden Phillips point out the ideas and rhetoric that the former president supported. Some historians other experts consider authoritarian, suggesting that Trump poses a serious threat to democratic norms. Phillips accused him of adopting a different argument against Biden for not speaking out against some efforts to limit access to the ballot in the Democrats' premiership, and suggested he could not defeat Trump. Still, Phillips' provocative comments are similar to Trump's recent attacks on Biden, which seek divert from what many consider be his own adoption of authoritarian postures. 2018 Phillips, a wealthy entrepreneur who has turned upside down the Minneapolis suburban convention district and previously supported Biden, after receiving little attention against a person in the post who was heavily favored win renomination. He made their accusation even sharper. A rival of Democrats is that Florida Democrats decided to make incumbent candidate only one preliminary vote, and said he criticizes Biden after chose to skip vote in New Hampshire, a state that violates newly formed party rules by moving ahead of South Carolina. He won 2020 pre-election by a clear margin candidacy process. The Minnesota congressman also argued that Biden could not defeat Trump, whom Phillips called a dictatorial candidate. This week, Phillips answered the question of whether a reporter believes Biden is a threat to democracy. Yes. This angered some Biden allies, who argued that the party should spend all its energy on stopping Trump. Trump, dominant poll leader for GOP nomination, recently said he will not be a dictator outside first day of second term, and has vowed to take revenge on critics and rivals if he returns to office. Trump tried to reverse the situation by accusing Biden of being bad for democracy against criticism from experts, historians and political opponents. As the former president faces 4 criminal announcements, he manifests himself as a victim of a political attack through the legal system, without providing any evidence. Senator Tina Smith, who she heard from people in Minnesota who said they no longer knew Phillips. President Biden is facing a real and vivid threat to democracy. Anyone who said yesterday that he would literally be a dictator on day one. And Dean Phillips says the presidential candidate is a threat to democracy? Biden's campaign declined to comment on Phillips' remarks about Biden and the primary system. Phillips' attacks this week are part of a broader escalation towards Biden. Phillips is increasingly vocal in the way Biden deals issues he is struggling with young and liberal voters. Even though Phillips addresses widespread concerns about Biden's age and candidacy,